It was 2:14 p.m. The rope dangled from the ceiling fan, swaying gently in the still air. Kola sat on the floor beneath it, his knees drawn to his chest, staring at the noose he had tied hours ago. His breaths came in shallow bursts, his mind replaying every failure, every disappointment, every bitter moment that had led him to this point. He had written a note, 2 lines scribbled on the back of a receipt. "I'm sorry, I just can't anymore." His phone buzzed, the screen lighting up with a notification. It was from Tunda, his ever-optimistic colleague. The message read, "Bro, don't forget the webinar I told you about. Starts in 10 minutes. It might help." Kola almost laughed. Help? What could possibly help him now? Yet something made him pause. Maybe it was the finality of what he was about to do. Maybe it was the faintest whisper of hope clinging to him, desperate to survive. With trembling hands, he grabbed his laptop and clicked the link. The screen blinked to life. A woman with a warm smile appeared. Her name was Amaka, and her voice was steady and calm. "Life can be cruel," she began. "It can make you feel like there's no way out, like every step you take is leading you further into the dark. But what if I told you that even in the darkest moments there's a spark, a chance to rewrite your story?" Kola's hand hovered over the laptop. He could close it, go back to what he planned. But something in Amaka's tone kept him glued to the screen. She spoke of her own struggles, of hitting rock bottom and clawing her way back through small, deliberate actions. "Start small," she said. "One habit, one step, one decision at a time. It won't be easy, but the hardest battles often lead to the brightest victories." The words pierced Kola's numbness. He closed the laptop, stood up, and stared at the noose. Then, with a surge of resolve, he untied it, letting the rope fall to the floor. The next morning, the sun streamed through Kola's window, lighting up his cluttered apartment. It wasn't much, but for the first time in a long time, Kola felt something stir inside him, a sliver of hope. He picked up his phone and texted Tunda, "Thanks. I think I want to try." That day, Kola went for a short walk. It wasn't far, but it felt like a marathon. He came home and wrote down a single goal: read 1 page of a book tonight. Days turned into weeks, and Kola built small habits into his life. He started jogging, reading, and attending webinars. He struggled. Some days were harder than others, but he kept going. At work, his boss noticed a change. His once sloppy reports became polished and thoughtful. Colleagues sought his advice, and even Tunda began teasing him. "Look at you, motivational speaker in the making," Tunda joked one afternoon. 6 months later, Kola stood in front of a crowd at a community event. His voice was steady as he shared his story. "I came so close to giving up. I thought my life had no value, no purpose. But I learned that even the smallest steps forward can change everything. I'm here to tell you that no matter how dark it feels, there's always a way out." The audience rose in applause, but what mattered most to Kola was the young man sitting in the back, wiping tears from his eyes. Kola didn't know his name, but he saw himself in that man. As the event ended, Kola walked home, his steps light and his heart full. The noose was gone, replaced by purpose, hope, and the realization that his story could be someone else's lifeline. Even in your darkest moments, remember, one small step forward can rewrite your story. Don't give up. You are stronger than you think.